So I'm going to quickly show you how I find coins that have already launched and have the potential to come back and moon after a bit of consolidation. So usually you look at the post-migrated coins and you can see there's a ton of coins here, but like, how do I know which coins are interesting? This is the one that interested me, and I'll show you why this coin interested me and why I entered where I entered and why it had potential to go up like the way it has. So this is the one I saw. So early today I saw Rat Wizard, my favorite coal, no sarcasm intended, said send this stock shit to zero in the community post. So instantly that drew my reaction, right? He said send this post to zero, and this was around here, I believe, where I saw him post this. He sent it around here, and in a moon to 300k, no FOMO. I didn't do that because I was like, I thought it was overvalued at the time. But here, now we've fully retraced everything. So like a couple hours later, we've fully retraced everything, and this is where it gets interesting. This is like a bit of sideways consolidation. I didn't really enter it because if you enter like these sideways consolidation here, more often than not, you will probably get rugged, if that makes sense, because you don't know whether the bottom is in or the bottom is not in. But here, I waited. Then really, I had it in my radar, and I'll click back in it like every 30 minutes or so to just see how it's going, how the chart looks. Where I got interested is right here where I entered. I entered like here, so I just got just before the pump. But what's interesting here is that the range here is done. That is the range. That's the consolidation area. And now we got like a little breakout here. This is my breakout here. And what's interesting here is that we broke out this range. If this coin was meant to die, we wouldn't have consolidated here. Like we would have broke down. We would have gone right down here. But the fact that our breakout is here and we've consolidated here, this is where it gets interested. Another bit of consolidation. That to me means this coin's more interesting. There's potential that there's a CTO or this coin will get pushed later on. And how do I double check that? So I got the consolidation, chart looks good. Got the consolidation here, and I go back here and I check the community at the time. So then I go back to latest, so I don't look at this anymore, and I want to see, are people still posting in this group chat? And they were over an hour ago still. There were people posting in this chat still, and that tells me that the community is still alive, there's still an existing community, and there's people that want to push this coin. Hence I entered where I entered, because the risk and reward is pretty good here. I enter here, and my downside would probably be just below, like, so entered here, don't have it here. If I entered here, so we go back to Axiom, because I use Axiom to enter my trades and Bullix to look at a chart, because I like Bullix chart data. Like we could have gone like here, you know, like if we go back in the range, that's pretty bearish, and that's us done. But here, and then we go for a 2x. For right now, I've got like 150x. Now, right now I'm retracing. I haven't actually sold anything because I think this can go back to all-time high, but I might take some initials soon. But while I'm recording this, I could have taken initials here like a 150x. So you see here, that's kind of the breakout you're hoping for. It's the original consolidation. This tells you the bottom has formed. I wouldn't really enter here because it's high risk that you don't know when you enter here whether this is the bottom. But once we got the breakout here, then I know that this is the bottom, and the consolidation here means we potentially have a next leg up because the community was still active. And the idea is there, get rich with memes. Like everyone wants to get rich with memes. But most important, what drew my attention is that Rat Wizard already liked the narrative early on, and that guy said, send the stock shit to zero. So there's a little bit of a law to it. A reason why I could pump, and yeah, so he likes it. It's a good coin initially, and then I waited for the comeback, and then we caught the comeback, and we can sell here 120k, take some initials or whatever. Yes, 2.5. Yeah, so we enter nicely there. So that's one of the coins on what you look for when you're trying to find a coin that can come back from the dead. Okay, I'm gonna quickly go through my sell process. Like this coin been a couple minutes later, and now I'm starting to think about selling, and this is why I'm thinking about selling. So the main thing is I don't really like this chart anymore. This is a slow grind up. Usually when I'm trying to get a comeback play from there, and that is really bullish, I want massive impulse candles, like big candle spikes from like 50k to 100k. Big green dildos that just go up, right? But this is a slow grind, so it's slowly getting just pushed up by some people, or some kind of like bots, which I don't like, and hence I'm wanting to sell earlier, because I can see here, if I filter my transactions to big buys and big sells, we can see something in particular. A lot of these people, like this one's just one transaction, but look, 1927 transactions. That's why I like using Bullix. It's one of the key things of why I like using Bullix for my charts, because Axiom doesn't show you the number of transactions a wallet has done. You need to manually click on them, which takes time to load, and it's just slow. But Bullix, on the other hand, shows you directly how many transactions a wallet has made on the coin. So you can see here, a lot of these big buys, he made 17 transactions on the coin. There's 4 transactions of this coin. This person has nice, so 19 again. 19, yep. So you see, like a lot of these transactions, the big ones, are done by people who have lots of transactions. Hence, I'm bearish in this coin because it's getting propped up by someone or by people or whatever. So now you can see here while I'm doing this video, like you see, this is where I sell. This is just a perfect example while I'm recording why I'd sell. This guy has 28 transactions on this coin. Him buying 8 SOL does not mean much. It's not even like a good sign or a bear, like it's not even it's kind of like a bearish sign. No, it's not natural demand. Hence, I want to sell into that because I think this coin is done now. It could run higher, to be honest. It could run higher because right now this is while US is asleep. So when US is asleep, coins are kind of dead. They struggle. But if they survive US sleep, when US wakes up, this coin can run harder. However, I just think that this coin's over. Like, get rich with memes. I think the comeback is alive, but like I just don't think this chart is good enough, and I'd rather just lock in some profits here. I could take initials. This is where like I can't predict the future, right? I'm probably happy to fully close my position, whereas another person will just take initials and then let it ride overnight. That could happen as well. But I personally think I don't think this is $1 million coin. Like, you know, if I value this coin, this is like a couple 100K, and that's about it for this coin. The narrative isn't strong enough with Brad Wizard alone. There's no like real world relevancy or whatever to push this coin to a couple million. So hence I'm reluctant to hold it overnight, and I'm keen to close my position due to the lack of volume and most of the volume coming from bots. So yeah, I'm just gonna go in and I'll probably fully sell my position now. Sell 50%. When do I get some buy volume? Yeah, I got some buy volume here, so I can sell into that. Again, 28 transactions. See, this is a perfect example. Again, these are like bots buying it up. These aren't genuine demand, so it's nice to just sell into them, and that's me closing my position fully now. And I'm happy with that. Like, I could have sold here, but I was just actually thinking about what I was gonna say and record, which yeah. But yeah, that's perfect. Everything happened perfectly. Like I want now a bit of a collapse, so I won't regret this if this pumps higher. I just think the chart's fucked. The momentum is stored. There's no big green candles. Thank you for watching.